welcome to my channel. I've changed the name to Love It or More. Many reasons behind that, but you can find out as and when I divulge more information. Websites in the description box below. So this is a timeless reading. I am filming it on the 17th of September 2021. I'm sorry I've not been around for a while. We had a death in the family, so that took my energy and focus. But I'm back and I'll be delivering more tarot readings for the collective. This is a timeless reading. It is, as the title states, what is next on your path, on your journey. We'll get some cards to find out what the current energies are, what the obstacles will be, and what the outcomes will be. So it is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Energies are non-gender specific as well. If you've not done this before, it's quite simple. You choose a card. So 1, 2, or 3. You go to the timestamp below in the description box, click on the timestamp, and then receive your message. If you do like this reading, if it does resonate, please do like, share, subscribe, and that's about it really. So if you've known me from before, I always start with a bit of a sound bowl, a few seconds in, just to cleanse the space. So if you don't like this, just go straight to your reading. Okay. If you're wearing headphones, this might be a bit loud, just so you're aware. So let us go to your reading. Put these two to one side. Okay. Group number 1. Oh, step outside your comfort zone. So this is the North Node. For those of you who are familiar with astrology, it's good to have a look at your natal chart. Your South Node is usually your comfort zone, areas of where you're the strongest, your strengths, and where you are up until now. Your North Node is basically that which you need to, is your path of growth and expansion. It's those areas where you need to sort of get out of your South Node higgledy-piggledy. So you move into your North Node, your areas which makes to help you sort of stretch and expand a little bit more. And it is always a bit uncomfortable because we don't like change as a species. We find it quite difficult to not really know what's around the corner, and sometimes we can kind of lose the faith a little bit. So right now your vibe is that perhaps you've been in a bit of a stagnant energy for quite a while, and you want growth, but it requires you kind of stretching yourself. So let us see what cards come up. Okay, let's see what the current energies are for you. Okay, can we just get one for group number 1? The current energy at the moment, please, for the highest good. So I do take jumpers out of the pack, so it takes a while sometimes. Thank you. Okay, we've got the Empress. Okay, as your objective. Let's see what your obstacles are. Ooh, we'll take the one that jumped upright. Hermit. Well, that makes perfect sense. I got goosebumps. Because obviously the obstacle is not wanting to move out of that space, of that kind of stepping out this comfort zone. So that is the obstacle. What's the outcome, please? I just got one card, please, for the outcome for group number 1. Thank you. Haha, strength. Oh, yes, it's so typical, isn't it? Makes a lot of sense to me. All right, so the beautiful, we are going to clarify, but the beautiful thing is, at the moment, the energy that is really strong for you is this beautiful Empress energy. Now, the Empress energy is all about abundance, unconditional love, being in a state of creativity, nurturing. She just creates, she births new ideas into being. She is all about more, and more. Now that's the energy that you're currently in, which makes sense because you're feeling there's a need to kind of move on, to grab further. So you're feeling the energy of creativity and birth and nurturing, creating more and wanting more and feeling the abundance of that sense of more. But you kind of don't know how to get out of it because you got the Hermit here, which is your obstacle, which is stepping out your comfort zone. So your comfort zone has been, perhaps you've been in this space before you've reached this space, but now really, because this is a number 3, so 3 is a catalyst number, okay? It's creativity, it's creating something new. The Hermit can be a beautiful space to be in because you need to soften, you need to introspect. It's about going within and learning. It's amazing actually how all these 3 cards are very brown, very earthy brown colors here as well. Okay, so it's really about getting your feet into the ground. So I think grounding meditation would definitely work you, because obviously if you're stepping outside your comfort zone, there's an element of a risk attached, and when there's an element of risk attached where you feel the fear, that is really to do with kind of that root chakra, that grounding chakra, the base chakra, which is all about where you feel safe, secure, stable, and you kind of need to step out of it a little bit. Okay, the Hermit is really a card of going within and really judging for yourself what is in your highest good. Where do you really feel, what's your real truth? Okay, forget what anyone else around you thinks or says. It's about going within. Okay, now the Hermit traditionally in the tarot cards, it is usually depicted as a man who is holding up a fire lantern at night, and so he can only see directly in front of him. It's like driving a car at night where the headlights only show that little bit in front of you. It doesn't show the full horizon because it's nighttime and you can't see it. So like the Hermit who's in the dark at night, he holds a lantern which represents his enlightenment, and he's able to see, but he's only lighting himself and his next step. Okay, now with this particular card, it has those keys at the top. Do you see the keys to the doorway? Okay, so it's really saying that the obstacle really is that you've spent so much time within. The energy that's surrounding you right now is this Empress energy. Oh, there's an aeroplane flying over, very loud. This is an energy that's wanting to kind of, it's pregnant, it's wanting to kind of jump out and grow and expand and move, and that's why you're drawn to this reading, or certainly number 1. Okay, but you're still a bit stuck in this Hermit phase of trying to really decipher. Now the thing here really is that you cannot see and project every possible outcome, okay? Because even if you were to do that, it would be something that you've never imagined. So you need to allow yourself to sort of go with a sense of faith, okay? Knowing, giving yourself credit that you've got what it takes to understand what to do when that next step comes. Okay, the outcome is strength, so that basically is a very good omen for me. It does tell me that you're requiring strength to move beyond this Hermit phase, and also the strength is number 8. It's all about hard work. Okay, because I think of the 8 of Pentacles because it feels very earthy to me. Now the strength basically tells you she has tamed the beast. Okay, but the line represents her inner beast. Okay, so it's about facing the fears and doing it anyway. The Strength card reminds you that you have more courage and determination than you realize at this point, okay? So this is about stepping into the unknown and facing, being courageous for yourself, being your own true warrior. And that is going to be the sort of the outcome about bringing the strength in. So stepping outside your comfort zone is definitely a good idea. But you might be querying, well, asking why? How do I step outside of your comfort zone? You can make a list of the things that are your normal routine or rituals, and you can find a way to just kind of shake it up a little bit. Okay, right, before I sort of chat for too much longer, let us clarify these cards. Okay, so let us find out a little bit more about your journey at the moment. The Empress. Can we clarify the Empress, please? Why is the Empress, please? Thank you. Okay. We've got Strength again, and we've got the Three of Wands. Okay. So basically, it's about, the Empress is basically saying, take the courage to move forward. Now, this one sometimes can be a card of waiting. Okay, it's a Three of Wands, which again is a 3. So we've got 2 3s here. The 3 is about, he has set, this man over here has set 2 wands firmly in the ground. Okay, he's worked on the duality, he's worked on the collaboration, but now he's holding that 3rd wand ready to take the next step. Now, sometimes this can be appearing like a waiting card for waiting for the ship to come in. But in order to step outside your comfort zone, perhaps you need to swim to the ship. So if the ship doesn't come in, why don't you swim to sea and get it for yourself? And that's what's taking time. So it's taking at the moment quite a bit of time to it's like you feel very impatient at the moment. It's like you feel like you've got this energy surrounding you. You want to create something. You want to move on. You want to change your lifestyle. You want to change your job. You want something revitalized or new, romantic relationships, whatever that may be. But really, you feel like your whole journey is like, you feel this energy of wanting to push forward and expand. But there's an element of where you feel like you are waiting, and it's you're finding that you're quite impatient, but perhaps the situation is you're waiting in the energy that you've already created for yourself, meaning that you're waiting, doing the same things that you've always done. Okay, maybe it would be helpful to try and shake things up a little bit and try and do different things, even to a very petty degree. For example, say, for example, in the mornings you brush your teeth before your shower, and that's your ritual, that's your routine. Who's to say you can't have a shower first and then brush your teeth? There's a slight little adjustment there, puts you out of your vibe, okay, because when we do our rituals, we tend to be a little bit, I don't want to say like a zombie, but we just go through the motions, right? Because we've set up this ritual or this routine from who knows when, and over time it has cemented. Okay, the minute we change something small up, even if it's a small amount, it juts us out of our conditioning pattern, and it causes us to open our eyes and be a little bit more conscious in that moment. Okay, so it could just be little shake-ups that you can do. Right, I'm going to clarify this further, but I just want to see the whole picture here. So can we clarify the Hermit, please, for group number 1? Why is the Hermit here? Oh, thank you. Ah, yes. Okay, 6 of Swords, moving on to calmer waters. Okay, the Fool, a very promising card. Okay, new beginnings, Judgment, and the Chariot. This is incredible, because really we've got 3 major arcanas anchoring this major arcana over here. So you're doing a lot of introspection. I mean, oh man, I can see what's happening for you, because it feels like things have been quite turbulent, and you are ready to you just want peace in your life now. You want to move forward. Now I see these 2 cards. We got 2 ships. We've got a ship and we have a boat. Okay, so he's waiting for the ship to come in, and then the obstacle is wanting to move forward. Now, this can sometimes talk about travel, physical travel, but she takes the swords represents lessons that she's learnt, and she's taking 6 of them with her. She's left the rest behind. There's a full moon, so there is a manifestation, a climax appearing. Okay, we've got the Fool card here, which talks about taking a leap of faith, a brand new beginning, being a novice in something, moving outside your comfort zone, a leap of faith, being brand new in something, okay, and being enthusiastic and being almost childlike. It's like I feel like you've in this stagnancy, in this comfort zone that you've created for yourself, everything has just been a bit dulled down, you know. So you haven't excuse me, you've sort of lost that childlike kind of enthusiasm, you know, about really enjoying life. And that's the kind of thing that you're introspecting at the moment. With the Fool card, we've got the Judgment card. Okay, the Judgment card talks about making a judgment call. This is also can sometimes be divine intervention, about spirit is making a judgment call for you, or allowing you. It's like crossing the threshold, taking that final step forward. And I know you're going to take it because we've got the Chariot card, which talks about victory, triumph, moving forward, but moving forward with quite a lot of pace. Okay, traditionally this card is depicted with 2 horses, one white horse, one dark horse. Okay, understanding that she driving forward and taking charge of her chariot is aware of her strengths and her weaknesses, or is aware of her light and her shadow self. Okay, and she's still going, okay, well, I understand myself fully. I'm now prepared to walk forward because I can foresee the trip ups I bring upon myself. Okay, then we have the Strength card. I'll explain this all a bit more, but let's just go further. Strength. Can we clarify the Strength card, please? Thank you. Oh, nice. You have the Star card. That talks about healing. That talks about wish fulfillment. Sometimes this can talk about popularity, being under the spotlight. But massively, this is faith and healing, cleansing yourself, allowing yourself to dream and be hopeful for the future. And then the Queen of Wands, an excellent card. That energy of taking the bull by the horns, you know, taking your fire, your spirit, your solar plexus energy and moving forward, creating something new for yourself. The Queen of Wands basically is a type of entrepreneurial spirit, but basically is fueled by her motivation, her va-va-voom. So I do feel that for you, where you have been feeling quite stagnant, you're going to be moving out of it. You're definitely going to be moving out of it. But I feel like the obstacle really is you're trying to project too much about how things might pan out. Okay, so where you are in this Empress space at the moment, you're feeling that buzz, you're feeling that churning energy surrounding you, and you feel like, oh, I have to wait, and I can't wait. But you know, it's difficult to really kind of know what that next step is. But really, the Hermit is that obstacle, because you are trying to project, okay, well, I want a new beginning, I want to thrust forward, I want something that's calmer and peaceful in my life, and I want to be successful. Simple as, right? But it comes up in the obstacle area, meaning that perhaps you are overthinking it. Yes, because these are major arcanas that have come up, it does tell me that it's very promising for you. Okay, so these things are huge, and major arcanas are like predestined currents of energy that we will feel in our lives regardless of what minor arcanas are happening. So the minor arcanas are like the day-to-day temporary things. If you are aware of them, you can change them. But the majors are going to happen come what may. Okay, so perhaps you are spending a little bit too much time in that hermit phase, closing yourself up and not getting outside your comfort zone over here. But it's not too bad, because you in this energy over here, although that might still take a little bit more time, you are really kind of harnessing the Fool energy. You're really harnessing that Judgment energy, and you're wanting to drive forward. The outcome really is having the strength and the determination and the courage to believe in your ideas, to have faith, to have hope, and to be able to heal from past traumas or past stagnancy. And it's going to take a little bit of extra strength for you to embrace this Queen of Wands energy here. Okay, so with this, I mean, it's such a feminine, but it's like, it almost feels, I mean, it feels like a very feminine reading so far because of massively the Empress, and the Strength card has turned up twice. But when I say feminine energy, I'm not talking like, oh, girly, it's about like the warrior feminine, the person who comes into their understanding of all that they can give and contribute, knowing that the more that they give, there is more to give. But being a warrior in your sort of faith, in your knowledge, in your self-belief that you're able to face your fears, face your demons, face conditioning belief systems that have sort of held you in this stagnant space. So it's really kind of a feminine reading, but like the warrior feminine. Okay, and the warrior, I mean, we always think about warrior as someone who goes out to battle and fights outside, but that's in the 3D, right? In the age that we're in now, with this consciousness and the shift that we're in the process of moving between, the warrior is all internal. It's within our own selves. We don't go outside into 3D anymore. We go within to the 4D and to the 5D and kind of move around those sorts of energies to find out, okay, how am I going to win my own battles, my internal battles? That's the feminine, the warrior within there. Let us clarify just a few more. What I can definitely tell you is that while it might take at the moment a bit of time for you to kind of I think also there is an element of, because you're waiting and like you want to get on with it, you want to move on, you want something to change up, the energy really is that there is some introspection needed. There is some, you've got to kind of really work through those energies. But the problem is that it the obstacle represents an element of impatience as well, because you want to move forward, but actually you need to work through those energies as well. But in order to work through those energies, it is easier to step outside your comfort zone. Okay, it will help you, because it'll help you to shape and shift your perspective on certain things. The outcome is definitely very, very, very promising, but it will require courage. Courage, courage, courage. So I'm sorry if that's such a boring answer, because you know, it's not telling you, you know, it doesn't matter what you do, you're going to be successful. It's not saying that. It's saying it's very positively aspected, of course, but it's still going to take a bit more strength, a bit more determination. But the Strength card is beautiful because really we need to tame our inner beast. We need to look at, I mean, they're just so beautiful. These women with these lions, okay? Wouldn't you want to be that person? Wouldn't you want to walk out into the world side by side with the wild beast that represents you, or even literally? Wouldn't it be so cool that you had so much faith and self-confidence and a belief in yourself that you could walk side by side with a lion? Now, traditionally, in the traditional tarot, the woman actually has her hand in the lion's mouth, meaning that she knows she's not going to be munched or eaten, because she has that much faith, that much self-knowledge. She is absolutely certain about what she's able to create. She has the ultimate trust and faith, okay? And that's what's coming for you. Let's just see over here. We want to clarify these Three of Wands, please. What are you waiting for? Okay. Can you clarify the Three of Wands, please? Thank you. We got strength again. Can you believe it? And oh, the Ten of Swords. Okay. So strength has come up in your reading 3 times. Okay. Group number 1. If strength is coming up 3 times, it is telling me that you are really at that point of perhaps even despair. It feels like you have been, this could either be a feeling of being stabbed in the back, at a complete and utter loss, hitting rock bottom, feeling like you just cannot go on. I'm here to give you some good news. Okay, it came out like that. I'm here to give you some good news. The Ten of Wands, this feeling of loss, betrayal, being rock bottom, that is a number 10. Now, a 10 is an ending and also a beginning. Okay, so whatever you've been feeling at the moment, as it pertains to the strength and the hardship that you've been feeling, the stagnancy that you've been feeling, it's at the end of the cycle. Okay, a 1 and a 0, which marks 10, reduces down to a 1 in numerology, meaning you have got a new beginning coming up. It's just taking you a bit more time and energy and strength to come to terms with the sense of loss. Okay, and that's what you're kind of waiting for in a way, because you can feel that bubbling up energy, but you're like, oh, I just want someone to give me a break. I just want some luck on my side. I want all of those things, right? Because you're in this stagnancy, even though you feel this bubbling coming up. Right, let us go to the Six of Swords. Let's see, what are you moving away from? Okay, Six of Swords. Oh, a cute little frog there in that card. Thank you. Six of Swords. Okay, we've got the Four of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the Three of Cups. Very beautiful. So basically, you're wanting to move on to calmer waters, but you're sort of wanting to keep the information. It's basically saying, especially with it being under the Hermit card, which is all about kind of introspection, it's basically saying keep your cards close to your heart. Okay, don't let on too much about what you are really trying to figure out within yourself. Also, if you're about to shift to make a physical move, it is very important that you squirrel away some cash, some money, because Pentacles refers to sort of anything in the material world, so money, property, that sort of stuff. But I'm feeling more so with that move, feeling that you want to move on. Now, this could obviously be metaphoric, but the people around you, I think it's important that you keep this within. Okay, especially because it's under the Hermit card. Don't tell many people about it, because we've got these 2 cards over here, meaning that even though you're feeling this this calling for expansion, for moving on, to creating something new, we've had this sense of betrayal and loss over here. Okay, and with the Six of Swords moving on to calmer waters, it's basically saying kind of not do it on your own, but harbor all those ideas and inspirations and understandings and connections to where you feel you're being called to go. Harbor that within. Okay, don't tell too many about that. With this move, whether it's metaphoric move, now because it's under the Hermit, I can feel like it's a sort of a consciousness shift for you that's happening with this Ace of Wands. Okay, you're going to start to see something grow. An ace is a gift from spirit. It's basically saying you've got the potential. It's a number 1. It's a beginning. It's a number 1 for a new start, and this could be something that's very passion, fuels your passion. Remember I was saying about the Fool, about you've lost your sort of childlike enthusiasm. Well, you're getting it. You're going within to work all through that and figure out what that is. You're keeping it close to your heart, and then boom, spirit allows it in. Okay, you start to reawaken it, and that's where you start to push all the lessons. You know how she left some swords behind, and she's just taken what she's needed. You've walked away from this. Okay, happy days, you've ended that. Happy days, you're now ready to move on. And as you end that, you have this brand new beginning. And the brand new beginning is something that could be either involving other people with this Three of Cups, okay, involving collaboration, working with other people, sense of community, purposes, friends or family. But whatever it is, it's also celebratory as well. So you're going to be celebrating. It could also be that you're moving back towards home in a way, whatever home means to you. So if it's moving back to, for example, you, I don't know, to an area where your university friends used to live, or you have moved away from home and now you're returning back home. This can also refer to a reunion of some sort. So you're moving forward, moving closer to where you feel more connected, and that's going to spark this Ace of Wands, which is really, really nice. Really, really nice. Let's see the Judgment card, please. Why is a Judgment card here, please, for group number 1? Oh, we've got 5 of Wands, okay, which talks about conflict. Let's see if there's anything else. So you're making some decisions on you're making some decisions on people around you. This is like kind of people around you. This could be at work, this could be during your friendship cycle, this could even be family. I mean, I'm not seeing much kind of romance and love here, but this is basically where there's conflict surrounding you. This could be a little bit of this backstabbing feeling over here as well. It could also be just kind of gossip, where, you know, you're like, it's like that situation when you find that when you're chatting to other people, you're always having to shift what you're saying because either you don't know who flavor of the month is presently, or everyone's got a different perspective. Now this is, I don't know why, but this is basically making me feel like you're making a judgment call on not people pleasing anymore. And that, what I mean by that is like, it's like, say you've got a group of friends and you say something to one person and you kind of blend or meld with them in what they're saying. Perhaps they're talking about somebody else within the friendship circle. And then you go to another person in that friendship circle and they're saying slightly different. And then you blend and meld with them. This is the vibe I'm feeling. I'm not necessarily talking about a friendship cycle. It could be work colleagues in the workplace. This could be family. Okay, or extended family. And if I don't know why, because I've never had this come up before, but it feels like you're starting to understand within yourself that you tend to what's the word, it's like you don't want to rock the boat. So, and it's not like you do it intentionally. You want to see something from someone else's point of view, and you are compassionate and you sort of see something from somebody else's point of view. But when you're constantly, I mean, this is very empath energy here. When you're constantly taking on the energy of somebody else and understanding their individual, their woes and their thoughts, you can tend to forget your own perspective. Okay, so it's basically, it's almost like you're making a judgment call here for yourself on where do you people please, and how can you please yourself. Okay, how can you stand in your own power by knowing your own truth and not be swayed by this outside activity and conflict around you. Just don't get involved. You just don't want to get involved anymore. Okay, perhaps you don't agree with everybody, perhaps you have your own mindset. But this also reminds me that you're kind of moving away from that. You're moving out of getting involved and entangled with all that conflict, and because it's all just messy. It's messy, messy, messy. But in doing so, you're finding out your own perspective, okay, and keeping that to yourself. Right, let us see the Star card, please. Thank you. Knight of Wands. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. So there's fast, exciting movement forward, action orientation. What else do we have, please, for the Star? Thank you. Oh, got the Eight of Swords here. A bit of a sort of self-afflicted kind of entrapment. And then we have the Magician. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, good goosebumps. Right. So we are clarifying the star card, which represents healing, cleansing, having faith, having hope in your own self and in the universe as well. Now, what that's basically saying is that you are going to be moving very fastly out of this feeling of being trapped. Now, this trapped situation is this stagnancy of spending too much time in this loss. You want to move forward. You want to create this new beginning for yourself with the Fool. You want to drive your chariot and be successful, right? But this energy, if you understand the Knight, the Eight of Swords, she is surrounded by swords and she's tied up and blindfolded. But none of the swords are touching her, and if she moved a little bit to the side, she could probably use the swords to cut the cords around her. Traditionally, this card has chains around her arm, but they're very loose, so she could actually just pull her hands out of it and lift the blindfold. This is about being blinded by the information around you, okay? Because swords are air element, which represents the intellect and thoughts, okay? Especially under the star card, which is an Aquarius card, which is an air card, okay? Very strong air, understanding, communication, information, that sort of thing. So I see that what you're doing, the cleansing and healing you are gaining, which is going to take a little bit of courage and strength, is taking action, fast action towards this feeling of where you have been feeling trapped in this sort of self-sabotage situation, and moving towards Magician, into your own creation, creating something, and actually suddenly taking the blindfold off and realizing you have all the elements available to you. You're going to bring your hand to the sky over there and pull down from the sky the universal energies that will help you ground it into the earth. He's pointing to the earth, so he's pulling information and energy from the cosmos with that infinity sign above, and he's going to embed it practically into the earth. Okay, so he is the ultimate alchemist, right? So that is what you're doing. That is why the star card is here. It's saying the healing is going to come in where you start to unravel the conditioning belief systems or the blindfolds that you've put on yourself. Okay, and it's going to require a bit of strength because it's outside of your comfort zone, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, Queen of Wands. Anything for the Queen of Wands, please? Cute. Ace of Cups. Hello. Yes. So the Queen of Wands, very promising. My head is tingling at the moment. Okay, so the Queen of Wands is that that energy. I mean, this could even be a mentor in your life that is very, very helpful, but I do feel like you are embracing this energy. Again, non-gender specific, but it does come up as a queen as opposed to the king, right? This new start of you basically taking the bull by the horns is going to mark a brand new emotional beginning. Okay, now sometimes this can refer to a brand new love, but I'm feeling this is it's like I'm seeing not really it doesn't really play out as a love reading. It doesn't really play out as sort of specifically a career or finance reading or even a health. It's like everything. It's like this is lifestyle. You're wanting a complete changing of lifestyle, okay? But the only way to do that is to step outside your comfort zone. As you feel the bubble of like you've had enough of this sort of loss, you know, you've dealt with it and you feel like you're just waiting for the next step. The next step is basically doing that introspection, okay, and being a little bit patient in that. I'm sorry to say, nobody likes a patient word. Poor patience. And you're making that judgment call to allow to not get involved into the conflict surrounding you. You're going to keep your cards close to your heart and you're going to thrust and move forward. And as you do so, it's going to require strength, because the strength is really having the faith that you know you can remove your own blindfolds and set yourself free. When you just allow yourself some time to dream, just allow yourself the luxury of dreaming of better things, that is when you get this epiphany moment. You've already had the Ace of Wands, okay, this new beginning over here. So this could be project-based, work-based, and inspiration, absolute inspiration. But so you've already moving through that energy, but the outcome is really, okay, well, I'm filling up my heart. Okay, now I'm doing something that is a start of my fulfillment. This is actually, this is getting me really excited, like that Fool, getting me really excited. The Ace of Wands is that like solar plexus energy that, ooh, I'm really, really excited. I got butterflies in my stomach, right? And the Ace of Cups is like, ooh, now my heart is feeling filled up. It's really beautiful, really beautiful. Oh, this is so nice. This is so nice. Right, okay. So I am going to get a Sacred Destiny card for you. Can we get a card, please? The energy that group number 1 needs to embrace. Okay, what energies do they need to embrace at this time? Group number 1, please. Thank you. Flow. Ah, beautiful flow. Oh, so with this card, we've got that full moon again. This talks about, you know, the full moon is that completion, that full manifestation. Okay. The flow talks about the river, which is a meandering river. Okay. You wanting to get from point A to point B, but what you don't realize is that you might have to go through, you know, F, G, H before you get back to B. You're going on a totally different route than you thought. Okay, it's not as simple as going from A to B. You have to go with the flow, because as you go with the flow, you take more lessons with you. So it's basically reminding you and saying it is important at this time not to fight against the current. Okay, go with the flow because it's taking you on the right path. Beautiful, beautiful. And then we'll finish off with an oracle card. What does group number 1 need to know for the highest good? Can you just get one card, please, for group number 1 for the highest good? Whoop, we got 2. Ha, nice. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Remember, get outside your comfort zone. So dancing with life, remember I was talking about the toothpaste or the brushing your teeth, something different. Do something that changes your energy, changing up your rhythm. Dancing with life is obviously the ultimate thing. So really kind of set your body free, which will help also release some of the stagnancy that is in the body, which is very dense and kind of made 3D. So any sort of energy that we feel, the more the energy, which should be flowing, the more the energy feels stuck, it slowly kind of cements into a rock. And in that rock is where we hold it in our bodies. Okay, so by dancing and movement, physical movement is going to help shift a little bit of that stuck energy. Then we have, ooh, starseed. Okay, so perhaps you resonate with this. I mean, we're all originally starseeds, but this card really refers to those who have their first incarnation now. But really, it's also talking about what lights you up. So you really need to find this card sometimes also makes you think that you are a little bit alienated or alone on your path, and perhaps people don't understand you, and you can't really truly be yourself because it is not acceptable within society. Even if you really feel such joy, people think you're overdoing it. If you feel something very hurtful, people think that you're dwelling too much. It's just that you feel things so deeply, and you know deep down that you have some sort of mission, but you can't really put your finger on it. Okay, if those sorts of things resonate with you, then I would look more into being a starseed. but really it's talking about what lights you up. You really need to find out, you need to be true with yourself. And this is that where that judgment card comes in, and that hermit, that introspection, that judgment of like, okay, well, what is lighting me up? Sometimes knowing what lights you up is by knowing what doesn't light you up, okay? And you need to figure out what it is that really makes you blossom, okay? And it's never going to be another person. It would only ever be, if it was related to another person, what that person brings out in you as a mirror of yourself. Okay, so it's not really going to be another person, but it's going to be something that really kind of, that's you. You've got it. You feel it. You feel moved suddenly. You feel lighter. Okay, so you're looking for the lightness in life. Stepping outside your comfort zone would be very, very promising. So group number 1, that's all I have for you. I really hope that it resonated. It feels like a very strong, very specific, direct message. So I know that whoever comes across this, it's going to resonate with you. Please do like, subscribe, and like and share if you do. Okay, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful time ahead, and I'm excited for you. Take care. Bye bye. Group number 2, those who chose number 2, this is your card. Emotions are running high. Supermoon. Our supermoons are fairly rare. They don't. I'm not an astrologist, so so I don't know for sure. But I think you only really get a supermoon a couple of times a year. So with emotions running high, it's something that is you are not used to. That's what's coming up for you. So we've got a rare situation coming up where emotions are going to be running high. Let us see how that plays out for you. Okay, let us see what your current energy is in, please, for group number 1. Group number 2, please. Group number 2. What is their current energy, please, for their highest good? Referring to the, oh, we'll take you to, there we go. Okay, your current energy now is patience. What is your obstacle at the moment, please? What's your obstacle? Oh, just one card, please. Just one card. I do take jumpers out of the pack. Sometimes it's a bit boring to wait until I'm finished shuffling, but that's just the way I do it. You can always fast forward if it's boring. Group number, what's the obstacle, please? What's group number 2's obstacle? Thank you. The Fool, which is a new beginning, brand new beginning. And what's the outcome, please? What's the outcome, please, for group number 2? No, just one card, please. What's the outcome, please? Group number 2, what's the outcome? Oh, thank you. Ha! Fortune's Wheel. You see, you thought it was going to be a bad one when you saw this card, but we have it feels to me like your patience is going to be paying off. Perhaps you're not wanting to be patient at the moment, but it's paying off because the obstacles, you want to create something new in your life, okay, and you perhaps there are people around you which are causing concern or flaring up emotions because of this new start that you want to do, but the outcome is Fortune's Wheel. So regardless of what happens, things are going to get better. You're going to get a Wheel of Fortune is like a gift from spirit, you know. The wheel turns. If you've been in a sort of a patient space for a long time, the wheel hasn't sort of moved, or it's just been sort of shifting ever so slightly, and all of a sudden, woof, the one way. Right, Let us clarify. Right, patience, please. Can we clarify the patience card for group number 2 for their highest good? Can we clarify why the patience card is here, please? Patience is the temperance card. Tarot, 9 of Cups. Okay, that's sort of wish fulfillment and celebration. Oh, that fell on the floor, so just bear with me a moment. We had the 8 of Cups, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles. All right, we're taking the upright cards. Okay. Right, immediately I'm feeling like the patience that you've been working on the moment is it's a very sort of slow feeling where you internally, it's almost like internally you're waiting for the right moment. So you are harnessing, with that patience, harnessing the area of what is that thing that makes you, what's the wish? What's the wish? What's the thing that you dream for? Okay. And knowing that because we've got the 8 and the 9 of Cups, but one comes before the other. Okay, usually it would be, if like numerically, it would be like that. Okay, but we don't mind too much about which one comes first. All I can say is we've got the 9 and the 8 and the 9, meaning that something is being walked away from. Okay, in order to gain the wish fulfillment. Okay, walking away from something. We've got like that full moon over there, which is a completion. Okay, and a full manifestation, a letting go. Okay, release. We've got release and we've got gain here. Okay, so that's really the things that you're sort of working on internally. But with the 8 of Cups, it usually talks about, so there are 8 cups, 5 cups are upright, 3 have tipped over. This is an area in life. Now, we don't know what the rest of the cards say, so I'm not quite sure yet whether it's sort of more romantic or not. But it's basically saying that even though you have invested a lot of time, energy, love, money even, into a situation, it is now no longer serving you, and you're ready to, even though it served you for a period of time, and even though you invested a lot into it, it now just isn't quite good enough. You are now moving on. You now are in a space of more. You're wanting more, which is great, which is fine, because you are on your road to gaining your wish fulfillment, your celebration, where you're feeling you can actually enjoy the pleasures of life. You can actually be in that space of having more than enough. You know, look, he's having a few drinks, he's celebrating, he's loving it. He's also a little bit chubby, so he's able to enjoy the pleasures of life, right? And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is very, very promising in the, particularly physically, like in the physical world. So the Queen of Pentacles is an earth sign. Okay, I'm not saying that this is you are an earth sign. All I'm saying, the energy that she has is about being absolutely resourceful. She only needs 1 pentacle, because everything comes out of that 1 pentacle. Yes, the pentacle refers to everything that is solid on earth. Okay, so it could talk about having, I don't know why I want to say farm. It could talk about she is in control of her business, she is in control of her home, she's got more than enough, and she is resourceful. Okay, there is she is also she's also quite a good helping hand to other people as well, but she's a very grounded energy. She knows how to work in the physical world, and she's got everything she needs. So it's a very sort of prosperous card. And so the patience is about understanding, or it's like the energy that you're in at the moment is weighing up. What do you need to walk away from in order to gain your wish? And your wish is being in this energy, having more than enough, prosperity and abundance, and being in your own, like, it feels quite an independent card, this, because these are all like, this person's on by themselves, right? Okay, ready to walk away. This person, even though we would hope that opposite him there's a whole big party of people, but he is the one instigating the party, okay, the celebration. And she is a completely independent card. So it feels like it's less about other people. It's more about you've been waiting for your moment. Waiting for your moment. But you're also in that space of patience, divine timing, not really knowing perhaps how, but knowing that something needs to go so that something new can come in, or something needs to go so that you can celebrate the freedom and independence. Right, let us see. Now, bearing in mind, I do read intuitively, so it's whatever messages sort of come through, but that's what I'm seeing. The Fool. So the obstacle's a Fool. See, maybe you want the abundance and prosperity, but perhaps taking that leap of faith is it's a bit scary, you know, it's a bit feels too risky. Let us see, because it's in the obstacle position. Right, let's clarify the Fool card, please. Thank you. Page of Cups, Hangman. Anything else for the Fool? Anything else? Thank you. And the Eight of Wands. Okay, so immediately I'm feeling kind of children vibe here. Now, when I say children, it could also talk about the, you know, the energy of children, which is very innocent, and very enthusiastic, and very actually also resilient as well. But it feels like this new start that you want to do, the obstacle is how. So I've got a couple of messages coming through. One message is that it's an obstacle with regards to how is it going to affect the kids, okay? If you have children. I want to create a new start for myself, but how am I going to, how are the kids going to be affected by this? And that's what you are kind of trying to weigh up and see from many different angles and different perspectives, because a hangman suspends himself in a different position to see things from different angles, okay? Deliberately takes the time to do so, but then we've got fast action over here. Then everything moves fast, 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 okay? So perhaps the energy can also be as if it's relating to children in one message, because it's a general reading, then it could be that perhaps you're not quite sure how it's going to affect the children, so you want to stay in this position a bit more, but then all of a sudden everything moves fast, so you kind of like, you don't have maybe the time to deal with viewing things and really investigating and exploring the details of this brand new beginning, as it refers to the children, okay? Because all of a sudden everything's moving fast. And what this is telling me, and that's the obstacle, because maybe perhaps you've been in that patient space for so long, now that things are moving, you're like, I just want to look at from another perspective again. I'm not kind of ready to go yet, and it's saying go, 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 because the Fool card is the anchoring card here, okay? It's basically saying go for it. That's if it relates to children. If you don't have children and that doesn't resonate with you, the way this reads is that brand new beginning, you feel you want to make a new start. Okay, we will clarify further, but you're wanting to make a new start, but you feel like you are a bit of a novice, okay? You feel like, because pages do kind of represent kind of children, but they also talk about being messengers as well, but also being someone who, you have the page, you have the knight, then you have the kings and queens, and then you have the emperor and empress, okay? So as it relates to stature or status within, for example, if this was a business venture, you would feel, oh, that I would be bottom of the pile, you know, you don't have all the knowledge needed, you don't have all, but the beauty of this is because you're the novice, you have now the opportunity to create and make it up as you go along. So I feel like the obstacles, you want to make the new start, okay, but you feel like, oh God, I really don't know what I'm doing. I have an idea and I've got some interest there and I want to explore it, but I don't know if I'm ready to kind of make that step, like that leap of faith. because what you want to do is you're wanting to kind of really explore it a bit further, investigate it, spend time with it, because you've been in this patient space. But it's saying things are happening very, very fast. Okay, you have to be ready to happen very, very fast. So basically, because it's under the Fool, it's saying take that leap of faith. You've got a brand new beginning. Again, it's like a child. It's a 0. It represents potential, very strong potential. That childlike, enthusiastic energy about being a child and be like excited because you're going to take a flight somewhere and you've never been on an airplane. Or, okay, forget that because, you know, COVID. But it's that real like being open to new things and being impressionable. But what's opposing that really is this card. Because how can you be impressionable to new things if you want to see it from all angles and not make a first move? Okay, so that's the obstacle for you, and it's affecting your making the step, making it happen, because it's saying the universe is saying we've got it for you. It's open. It's available for you. We are giving it to you. It's up to you whether you take it, okay? And you're like, I want to take it, but because I don't really know what I'm doing, I think maybe I should really explore it a bit. And then it says, well, hang on, it's happening fast. It's going to come and go very quickly. So really, you need to decide, are you going to jump on that train or not? Okay? So that's going to be the obstacle. That's the thing that's going to make you feel, that's where your emotions are running high, where you feel like, I don't know, I don't like to be in this kind of fast pace because I'm so used to the slow pace. Yes, you want this change. So the universe is saying, well, you're going to take it because it's happening now. Okay, it's all fast. Right, Fortune's Wheel. Let us have a look. Let's see. Clarify Fortune's Wheel for us. Why is Fortune's Wheel here, please, for group number 2? Thank you. We have 7 of Wands. Oh, having to stand up for yourself there. Then we have the 6 of Pentacles, money. And then we have the Queen of Wands, entrepreneurial spirit, feistiness, go-getter. Right. Beautiful. Your Fortune's Wheel is, so perhaps depending on, yes, for some of you, you're going to be wondering, okay, well, how is this new change going to affect the kids? For others of you, you're going to be feeling like, well, I don't know what I'm doing. Perhaps I'm going to a whole new country and I don't know much about the area or the culture and I need to explore a bit more. And they're saying, well, here's the opportunity. It's coming and going. You either jump on that train or not. All right. Okay. But perhaps being in this space is also about like, okay, well, I also need to figure out where the money is coming from. How am I going to be financially stable? Because people often think or believe, and yes, it's true to a certain degree, but people often think and believe that money is the answer to everything, whereby if they want to make a new start, they've got the financial backing. It doesn't matter if you've got £1 million in the bank and you take it and you think, okay, well, now I feel secure and stable and ready enough to take a leap of faith. Well, it's not a leap of faith if you got £1 million in the bank, firstly. Secondly, if you did, who's to say someone won't steal that, or there'll be a fraud, or banks will go bust? Okay, so the money factor of things is not actually real. That is just a conditioned belief system that would represent an absolute safety net. Nothing is secure in life. Okay, the one thing that never changes is change. Change will always happen. We will never 100% know. So whereby the hangman situation or card can be very, very favorable and encouraged in many readings. In this particular reading, it's saying, nah, just go. Okay. Fortunes, because when you take that leap of faith, that's when Fortune's Wheel turns in your favor. And how's it turning in your favor? It is turning in your favor by giving you the self-empowerment to stand up for your belief systems. Know that you have, for example, if you need to evidence anything, like as it relates to, like, I don't know, court case or money or expenses or whatever, you can validate and explain and justify everything. Also, If you are making a shift or a massive move in your life, and there's people around you that perhaps are not on the same page as you, and that's where emotions are running high, this is where you realize that you can actually stand up for yourself and you can protect what's yours. This person protects all their wands, okay? Even though some of the wands are coming out, he's saying no, he's standing his ground. He's saying, no, this is how it is, this is how it is, this is how it is, okay? But he's not doing it in a tit-for-tat situation or a blame situation. He's standing in his own power, okay? So as long as you don't, and he's like justifying everything, and I feel like evidencing things as well. So whereby if someone else was in the picture and you wanted to make a brand new venture or new move in your life, but someone's coming at you, yeah, but what about this, what about this, what about this? And I feel it could be monetary aspected, okay, or even work-wise, but monetary aspected, like, do you have enough? Yes, blah, blah, blah. That's where emotions might be running high, which is something that you're kind of not used to because it's a supermoon. So it doesn't happen very often, right? But when it does, know that you can stand up for yourself. And you don't have to do it in an egotistical way. You can do it in a very detached, factual, matter-of-fact way, okay? Beautiful thing coming over here is because what Fortune's wheel brings you a gift, okay? So the Six of Pentacles is numbers of sixes, talks about harmony, give and take, equal exchange. Now this is where you feel like you are in receiving of gifts coming in. It could be money or property or anything that's about resources, anything that's going to help you in the physical plane, right? But this is something arriving to you, and as you work with that energy, it's really good to work with that energy in terms of when you receive, allow yourself to give as well, so you can keep the flow, the energy, that cycle kind of going. And it doesn't mean that if you get like loads of money that you just give loads of money to charity. Not necessarily that. No, if you receive a gift, like say from a family member, a little helping hand to help you on your venture, then what's to stop you giving some time and making them a lovely meal and saying thank you? You see, that's the feeling it gets from that. But as you do so, we've got this beautiful, almost looks like a redhead, but I think that's a cloak over her head, Queen of Wands. And that Queen of Wands takes a bull by the horns and moves forward and makes something happen for themselves, okay? This talks about kind of work, but it talks about that energy, that excitement, that passion, that fire in your belly. And because it's now alive, it's like firing on all cylinders, and you are now working out, where am I going to channel that energy and what I want? So I do feel like this new start is something that is going to be affecting you in terms of anything that's work or career related, okay? Perhaps there is an element of, it's like, at the moment you're patiently working on, okay, but where do I feel fulfilled and where do I not feel fulfilled? What do I need to let go of that is actually not fulfilling me, even though I've invested a lot into it? Where do I want to feel fulfilled? Okay, how does this make me feel independent in my sense? Okay, then the obstacle comes where all of a sudden this opportunity is presented to you, but you're like, oh, I need to weigh it up. And you're like, no, let's not weigh it up, let's just go. Okay, because when you take that energy, when you take that gift from spirit, that full, you say, yes, I will harness that full energy. That's when the universe kind of goes, well, then let's work with the flow, and I'm going to give you more. I'm going to give you more. I'm going to turn the fortune's wheel in your favor to prove to you that you did the right thing. You stepped out of your comfort zone and you took what was offered to you, and that's the extra gift, is saying, well done. It's like spirits are saying like, yes, you did it. And because of that, we're going to give you some gifts, okay? And yes, because of that, you may need to stand up for yourself, but maybe that's a good lesson, because perhaps you're not used to standing in your own power and saying, well, no, this is really how I truly feel, and I want to move forward. And as you do so, you discover the whole new you, okay? I don't feel like this fire was burning as brightly before. I think you're considering what was making you feel emotionally satisfied or in a lack mentality emotionally. But as you allow yourself to sort of take that chance, then fortune's wheel saying, yeah, baby, this is it. And now all of a sudden you are fueled with this beautiful energy moving forward. Whew, Very nice. Very, very nice. Emotions are running high though. So I do feel like there's going to be, obviously with this over here, you have to be very you try and master your emotions and try and just deal with the facts in the situation. Try not to get too caught up in the drama. Emotions are running high in terms of leaving something behind, even though you've put so much energy into it. Forget it. It's the past now. Life is all about the present and expansion in the moments. Right, let's have a look. What are you walking away from? Woo! Dropped all the cards. Hang on a second. Okay. So, can we please clarify Eight of Cups for group number 2. Group number 2. The Emperor, Judgment, Two of Cups. Ooh, okay. So for some of you, this is going to be walking away from a relationship, a Two of Cups energy. Perhaps walking away from your counterfeit, who is your Emperor, or this could be that you are being the Emperor with being forward thinking and strategic for the future. Okay, either or, this could either be your counterpart or this could be your energy. Don't worry about gender specific. When we talk about the Emperor, it's talking about someone who plans ahead and can see the bigger picture, basically. We have this judgment call over here, a resurrection, trying to find the truth in something, and it relates to a significant other. So significant either as a romantic relationship, or if it's someone that you live with who's like say for example a housemate or a best friend or a family member. I mean, could even be kind of a work colleague, but I'm feeling more sort of love, family, friends here rather than workified things. But you're ready to leave something behind because you're making a judgment call on the future of this. Either it's that you're deciding to let go of this Two of Cups energy, okay? Or you're doing it for the ultimate good of that. It's the judgment of that. And you are in that Emperor energy there, where you are working out what's going to be best long term. Because he's looking to the distance. He's looking to the horizon. He's looking for the next step. Okay, so that's why the Emperor is very forward thinking in that. What is that next step? What is a judgment I need to make? How is it going to affect my a very close connection? Now, it's not saying one way or another whether you're leaving this person, but it's a judgment call on the future, definitely, as in the bigger picture. And also, I would definitely point out with these cards, it's talking about the bigger picture in terms of long-term lifestyle and happiness. Not really the bigger picture of like, oh, the next step, we're getting married, or I'm not talking about the next step in terms of your commitment to each other. It's more like the bigger picture in terms of the happy wellness, the happy lifestyle ahead, the big picture, you know, not the just you and that other person, because this is all initially about you. So it's about the big picture. Where do I fit in the world? How can I pull in the things that are going to like fuel my fire, so I can make things happen and contribute to the world in my way. Let us clarify. Eight of Wands, please. Why is it Eight of Wands here, please? Thank you. Oh, Five of... This is where emotions are running high. We've got the Five of Wands there. So this is a bit of conflict around... of course, yes. Okay, well, that makes sense. Okay, so when I was saying before about the Fool being this venture, this new start for you, and it's been presented to you, and you're like, oh, God, I've got to take it, but I don't want to because I need to really investigate it all. It's saying, take it fast, okay? And that's what's causing the conflict. Okay, so this could be internal conflict within yourself. Okay, where your own emotions are running high because you're like, oh God, I want this, I dreamed for this, I was waiting for this, but now that it's here, I don't think I'm ready because I still need to do some more investigating. So emotions are running high internally and also externally, because all of a sudden now you need to make arrangements, and now you need to put things are happening backwards and forwards, and you need to make it happen. But now you're getting caught up in the drama of like, yes, but this person wants this and I need to still contact that person about this, blah blah blah, and you feel a bit caught up. That's where emotions are running high. It could also be that other people are kind of going, well, no, but I don't want you to go. I don't want you to do this. And have you really thought about it, etc., etc., etc. And that causes even more self-doubt in you. Okay, that's where the emotions are running high. Let us see 7 of Wands, where you need to stand up for yourself. 7 of Wands, please. Thank you. Oh, that fell on the floor. Bear with me 2 ticks. Oh, there's 2 there. She'll have to move. Okay. 7 of Wands. Oh, yes. We got that walking away again. The 8 of Cups. Oh, celebration. 6 of Wands. And King of Swords. Yes. Finally seeing the picture. Okay, so the fortune's wheel is that you're standing up for yourself in terms of what you're ready to say goodbye to, what you are ready to now relinquish and release in your life, because even though it's great, it's not that great. As you do so, you're being celebrated. There's a departure here. There's 2 departure cards here. See, definitely walking away from something. But with this card, it's beautiful because you've returned from battle victorious and people are cheering you on. So it might be that even though emotions might be running high in terms of validating yourself to others, you know that deep down they are, what's the word, inspired by your bravery, your strength, and your taking that full energy there. So I feel like you will, even though you might feel like you have to justify yourself, I do feel like you're going to be celebrated for it. You know, like, yes, well done. Like I wouldn't be able to take that risk. I wouldn't be able to be that brave. But it's not like it's being super brave, because you've been feeling it and been thinking about it for a long, long time. And then we've got the King of Swords over here. Okay, so if there was an element of you needing to evidence something, the King of Swords is in your favor. Very helpful energy for you. I don't feel like this is you. I feel like this is someone external. Maybe it's evidencing and validating something to this person, and the King of Swords would be someone of an official nature. Okay, also it is allowing you to see things and asking you to look at the facts and the details. Do not get emotionally or dramatically involved in this energy here. Look at the facts and the figures. Look at all the final details of that. Okay, and then you will be swell. Right. Queen of Wands, please. Thank you. Ah, lovely. The Star. Oh, Wounded Warrior, 9 of Wands. The World, major end of a cycle, and the 2 of Wands, holding that little globe there. Again, holding that world. See how he is holding the world. He's got the world in his hands now, ready to look beyond, maybe take that next step. So this is telling me here that that vibrant energy that you step into with that Queen of Wands energy is cleansing for you. It invites you again to once again dream, okay? Once again feel that childlike enthusiasm, where you can, even though you've been a wounded warrior, even though this energy of walking away has been very difficult, emotionally drawn, you're like, you know what? I'm at the end. 9s are endings. 9 of Wands, okay? He is wounded, but he learned what he needed to learn, and now he's ready to take that final step, okay? 9s are endings. Worlds represents major ending of a cycle, okay? And ready to harness the new. Ah, beautiful, 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 group number 2. Right, we will get a Sacred Destiny card just to get an idea of What energy will be most helpful for you at this time? What energy is most helpful? What does group number 2 need to know, please, for their highest good? Thank you all. Pleasure. Very, very nice. Very nice. Okay, so pleasure. Such abundance. Oh. This card is basically telling you that pleasure is on your, is in your path. Okay, coming up soon. Remember I was talking about this card over here, the 9 of Cups, where he was enjoying the pleasures of life. Okay, really nurturing it and figuring out what that is for you. It's basically inviting you to, whatever decision you need to make, rather pose a question, what is going to be more pleasurable for me? Okay, because this energy is surrounding you, this vibration is surrounding you at this time, it means that that is a thing that's going to help harness and harvest more into your life. Okay, so things are going to be coming a bit more pleasurable for you. Anything that makes you just feel nice is going to be the best thing to base a huge decision on. When emotions are running high, okay, try and shift that energy into like, okay, we'll question, where is the pleasure in this? Where can I find the pleasure in this? So if it's if it's an argument, then try not to get too emotively charged. I know it's quite easier said than done, right? But then to find some pleasure out of it. So it might be, well, what's the pleasure in this? This isn't pleasurable. Okay, I'm going to shift out of this energy. I will rather speak when I am of sound mind and speaking the facts with that King of Swords. Okay, and then if I've had a rough day, I'm going to have a lovely soak in the bath. I'm going to go to the spa, sit in the sauna, have a lovely meal, you know, just do all the things. Feels very kind of earthy energy there, actually, with finding the pleasure in things. So it might mean that you need to find the physical pleasures in things to help you on this shift to kind of work with that energy, because the emotional pleasure, the intellectual pleasure, and the spiritual pleasure is sort of already been dealt with. You just need to bring in some of the physical plane, a bit of the 3D pleasures in, just to help support you while you navigate all the other areas, because you are. Okay, let us get a oracle card, please. Okay. We get an oracle card, please, for group number 2 for their highest good. What do they need to know right now? Ooh, it's too many. Just that one, please. 1 or 2. Oracle card, please, for group number 2. I'll take you. Council of Light. Oh, divine orchestration, help is in the subtle realms. Well, this makes perfect sense, okay? Because we've got Fortune's wheel here. So we already had the gift from Spirit with that Fool coming in saying, yes, that opportunity, the potential for this next venture, this next huge phase in your life, this new beginning is available for you. And we are giving you a helping hand. Divine orchestration, help is in the subtle field. These are your spirit guides, your passed down loved ones. This is your higher self giving you those intuitive thoughts. Ascended masters and healers are all working with you and allowing you to find the right path. So where you feel like, perhaps because I was talking about the sense of independence over here, know that you are not, you may be independent, but you're not alone, okay? This is divine orchestration. So everything that's happening right now is kind of playing out in divine timing. Patience card, which is also the Temperance card, is also that divine timing card. Fortune's wheel. It's a wheel of time. It's a timing card, okay? So when you want to be in this space over here. It's saying, no, 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 but the time is now. The time is now. So, beautiful reading. Group number 2. I mean, very exciting. Very exciting. So that's all I have for you. I wish you all the luck in the world, and I know that things are going to be beautiful, and in your favor, absolutely in your favor. So best of luck, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye bye. Okay. Group number 3, those who chose the 3rd card, your card is adjustments are required. 3rd moon quarter. Okay. So this speaks to me of getting to that point where you are attaining what you hoped for, but it's not really the kind of way that you thought it would go, as things always are. And that perhaps you need to be a little bit more flexible. So adjustments are required. So it's like you're well on your way to getting what you want, but it's kind of not so far as to say outside of your comfort zone, but there are a few adjustments that you have to make, a few workings on things. So let us see how this is playing out for you, group number 3. Okay. Okay, so what is the current energy at the moment, group number 3? What is the current energy surrounding group number 3, please? I take jumpers out the pack, so sometimes it takes a while. If it gets too boring, just fast forward. What is the current energy, group number 3, please? Thank you. Strength, okay. What is the obstacle for group number 3, please? What is the obstacle for group number 3? Thank you. Justice. And what's the outcome, please? What's the outcome from group number 3? Thank you. Oh, we've got 2. We got the Emperor and we got the Hanged Man. Okay, and they came up together, so I best keep them together as the outcome. Right. Sure. Group number 3. So being in the space of strength, taming your inner beast and having courage and determination is the energy that you're currently harnessing, which is really, really, really nice. But with this adjustments card, adjustments are needed. It's basically saying this is great, a little bit more, please. And the strength might be in dealing with something of fairness, the justice system, balance, okay, karmic balance. So that's where an obstacle is coming up for you, and the outcome is the Emperor, which is a fantastic card, talking about long-term security, strategic analysis of the bigger picture, the foresight, being in charge of everything in the physical plane, that number 4, the solidness, the structure of things. And also in that space of making sure that whatever you're choosing there, you're seeing it from all sides. So it makes sense that they're together, because an Emperor would allow himself the time to suspend himself from all different angles to see it 100% in the 360 or the sphere shape that he is planning. So he doesn't make like a judgment call to go to war with a neighboring region. Okay, he wants to rule the world, so he's going to go, well, I'm not going to go to war with them. I would rather make friends with states surrounding my area and get them on my side so that I can grow even bigger. So he's looking from all different perspectives over there. Not that we want to go to war with anybody, you know, he chooses rather to make friends. So perhaps the Hanged Man is, he's, instead of going the old-fashioned way of going with force and fear, He's going, okay, well, I know I can win more with love, so maybe I can be the lion heart, right? Okay, let's go clarify strength. Okay, can we clarify strength, please, for group number 3? Can we clarify strength for group number 3, please? Thank you. Okay. Oh, 10 of Swords and King of Swords. Okay. Right. There feels like there has been either a financial loss or like a loss with this. You see, the King of Swords represents someone of a sort of like an official person. So it would be someone who is in government, who is a doctor, who is a lawyer, a policeman, someone of an official standing. And there is the need to, so in both senses, we've got in one aspect over here, it's like the strength is needed because there's been a loss with regards to a situation, an official situation. So perhaps this is something that affects you directly, but actually has more of a collective aspect to it, like a sort of a community responsibility to it as well. And there has been a loss. There has been a loss because the system is not working. At the same time, what I'm seeing here is strength is needed at this time, and courage is needed. A lot of courage, actually, I'm feeling, because of this loss, okay? And I feel like this is a loss. It could be like a backstabbing, but it is an end of a cycle, something where you feel like it's enough's enough, okay? Where you can't take on anymore intellectually. I mean, they're both swords, so we're talking about air, we're talking about intellect, we're talking about information, okay? Strength is needed to, despite the loss, to make sure that you are looking at the fine details. It's like going over details, going over paperwork, going over being able to evidence things. So really kind of looking at the nitty-gritty, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, getting all your paperwork in order as well. So it feels like strength is needed because during a sense of a loss, you having to deal with this at the moment. What I can say is, because it's all under the strength card, like, well done, because it's the hardest thing to do is deal with the loss, and then deal with the system, bureaucracy, red tape, that sort of thing, when you're in that moment of loss, or being like rock bottom, that sort of idea. So with you having that strength to work through that, it's a lot. It's a lot, and I take my hat off to you. Let's go to Justice. What is the obstacle? Because it's in the obstacle position, meaning that there is something that needs to be overcome. So can you clarify Justice, please? Now, Justice can obviously talk about, justice system, but this could also talk about chakra balance, okay, where there is like a physical imbalance as well. It is the Libra card, which talks about fairness. Lady Justice. Right, let's go have a look. Can we clarify Justice card, please? It's number 11, which is an angelic number. Thank you. Page of Cups. Okay, good news coming forward. And Ace of Pentacles. A new start with money. Ooh, this is nice. Okay. But it's an obstacle. So the obstacle is to find, so you see what I can see here is Justice is presenting something, good news coming forth in the pages of messengers. Page of Cups represents a news and message coming through with regards to something that's going to make you feel emotionally uplifted. Okay, it's not massive, it's not the Knight of Cups, but it's a Page of Cups. It's a good message coming in. It's going to feel slightly lifted. Ace of Pentacles is a new start, okay, a new beginning with as it relates to, I would say, anything in the physical plane, money, property, resources. Because it's a pentacle, pentacles in timing cards represent years, right? So they're the longest, heaviest cards because they're more dense, you know. We've got air, which is up there. We've got fire, which is like your sense of spirit. You've got water, which is your emotions and your heart space. And then you've got earth, which is Gaia. It is Mother Earth. It's grounding things. It's everything physical and dense, the things that we touch, taste, see, feel on a physical, grounded way, right? Because it's a pentacle, it stands a test of time. Okay, it's got longevity to it. It can see the distance, compared to if it was Ace of Wands. It could be an Ace of Wands would represent a happy new beginning in terms of an excitement, like kind of epiphany moment, like yeah, and charging forward. But because it's a fire, it can burn out as quickly as it burns into ignition. So this one is much stronger, and it's to do with kind of something that's going to be resourceful in the physical plane. Now justice is coming through to give that to you, which is very nice, but adjustments are still needed. So it's interesting. We'll clarify that further to see, because that's really positive, but it feels as if, I wonder if there's anything else for justice, please. Anything else, please, for justice. Thank you. Ah, 4 of Wands. Lovely. I mean, it's beautiful. This means like a solid, happy lifestyle, right? This is that like the thing is firmly set in the ground. I've got my garden. I've got my home. I've got my way of life. My lifestyle is solid. It feels good. It feels like a happy place. It's also number 4, which is an Emperor card as well. Which is about that structure. Okay, so this is very positive for you. So the justice is really in your favor, very much in your favor. And it makes sense because, I mean, you've been going through a bit of a trial recently. Let's look at both these Emperor and Hangman, please. Can we clarify the Emperor and Hangman combined? Emperor and Hangman. It's weird. It feels like, it feels like, because we've got the 12, which is reduced to a 3, which is a number, like a catalyst number of creativity and numerology. We've got the 3 and then the 4, okay? So, but because the Emperor came out first, it's like the Emperor is like ready to go and ready to harness his energy and move forward in his strategy and mindset and understanding the bigger picture. But it's like it's after that, it's like, oh, hang on a second, let's just bring a little bit of creativity to it. Let's really take the time to figure out, take that creative time, that catalyst time to really figure out how best to move forward with my Emperor energy. Okay, can we clarify the Emperor and Hangman, please? Death, transformation, major transformation. Thank you. We have the Knight of Cups. Oh, you see we had the Page of Cups and now it's turned into the Knight. Oh, so it's a bit better, right? Temperance. Okay, which can also talk about divine timing, healing, and patience, of course. 8 of Pentacles, working hard, okay, creating something new. This is quite an abundant card because it's also fueled. The person wouldn't work into the night if they weren't goal orientated and fueled by what they want to create. Very nice. And then, oh, the Empress, nice. So even though the outcome is being in the Emperor, seeing the foresight, making the right changes, moving forward from their life, you know, and for everyone around them, their world, let's just put it that way. It's really nice that we're not just fully in that masculine energy, which is a beautiful energy to be in, but also we get a dose of the Empress energy, which is that creativity, that nurturing, that softening to love, that working from a place of unconditional love and abundance and birthing new ideas. Really beautiful. Oh, group number 3. Okay. So recently you are still working with the loss. You're still working with the systems and trying to do things the right way. Working with the system, the powers that be, basically. That's a thing that's taking a lot of the strength out of you, a lot of the courage, the determination, and you just gradually plowing through it. You have justice coming your favor, which is going to give you a beautiful message, a beautiful opportunity, a beautiful start, which is a new start that gives you a sense of kind of, I wouldn't go, a sense of stability, really, a sense of structure and stability, because we've got this Ace of Pentacles with the 4 of Wands there. And then because you get this lovely little gift that comes in, which from justice would be karmically owed, right? This is about balance, this bringing this gift, this good message coming in, and this new start coming in is a gift from Spirit, because you've had to deal with this, okay? You've had to deal with this. So this is the gift. The outcome means that you are now empowered, like the empowered emperor, okay, to now really look at the bigger picture, to zoom out of your, because I feel like your head's been down with this energy here, and then all of a sudden you get this upliftment, okay, and now you're able to zoom out even further and look at the grander picture. And you're trying to find out with a Hanged Man, trying to really spend time to work out, okay, well, what do I want to work on? Okay, for myself, where am I moving forward in this? What are my goals? What are my dreams? What are my goals? What do I want to make a change on? What is the thing that's transforming? Now, I do feel like the Death card is under this because it is like a whole transformation on your life, like a major one. Okay, you might just be still spending a little bit of time trying to suss out how or what it is you want your transformation or your new lifestyle to look like, you know. Knight of Cups means that action orientation. Perhaps this is even related to love, where someone comes forward and offers a cup of love to you, okay? That would be a huge change. Perhaps you haven't had the space to be dealing with a romantic partner, and all of a sudden we got this massive change here, and we've got the Knight of Cups coming forward. If it's not a romantic person, it's someone that it's whatever you're driving forward, it's now you are fueled by the energy of a sense of emotional upliftment and the sense of coming from a full cup of love. So a place of love and wanting to share it and nurture it, and that's the energy that you're moving forward in. And it's with Temperance. In doing that, you've learned to now find the balance within yourself. So we've got these 2 kind of balancing cards here. See how she's balancing the sword with the scales, and she's balancing the cup of water with the cup of fire, which talks about emotions and talks about sense of spirit, passion, right? And so it feels like this little gift that you get in to make up for this energy that you've been in here enables you to charge forward with the heart space, which is now bringing better balance to yourself, better balance to your situation, where you can now decide to work hard. And it's right in between these 2 cards. So if we think about that, right, let's have a look. Okay, Knight of Cups is a water energy, okay, and the Knight of Fire is that passion or sense of spirit, but it's something that you're working hard on, and how you're going to bring that passion and sense of spirit, even its spiritual ascension, even into your physical plane. You're working on it, and she's smack bang in the middle of this. So that is beautiful. It means that that's what you're having the bigger picture on. You are really working out within yourself that those are 2 areas that I really need to balance. I need to make sure that my emotions are in check and I feel good and happy. I need to make sure that my passion and my sense of drive and momentum and sense of spirit is also strong. And those two, if I make sure that those two are balanced, I'm good to go, because then I'm in the Empress phase. Then I can do the Empress and the Emperor. Then I'm coming from a place of love, which is that heart, and I can move forward with that place of fire, which is that Emperor. Oh, it's really nice. Group number 3. Okay, let us clarify further. Right. Let's go to 10 of Swords, please. Can we clarify the 10 of Swords, please, for group number 3? Thank you. Okay, this is like financial worry, financial loss. This could also be where it's a lack mentality, where you feel left out, neglected. People have left you behind. And yes, it's Pentacles, which would talk about finance, but because the general reading, I have to say the other aspects of it, which is feeling that kind of lack mentality where nobody cares, you're left by yourself, you had a loss. So if this was this is a loss, but if this was a kind of a betrayal or backstabbing situation, you feel alone, okay? But yet you're still having to deal with the system. So this could even be in a workplace whereby you, even though if someone has stolen your ideas or something like that, you still need to keep your head down and do what is required of you on as an evidencing situation, getting the facts, the paperwork, all that sort of stuff together. It feels more financial than anything else though. Yeah, it's been tough. Okay. Page of Cups. Let's clarify the Page of... Oh, too many. Ooh. Can we clarify the Page of Cups, please, for group number 3? Clarify the Page of Cups. Oh, it's too many. Just get a couple of cards, please, for the Page of Cups. These are such little cards, it's quite difficult to shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Swords, clarity, truth serum. Anything else? You know what, I think this is all we need, because Page of Cups is that messenger of upliftment, okay, emotional upliftment of like good news coming in, and it comes with an aha moment, it comes with a truth serum, it comes with a clarity, okay? So all of a sudden this message comes in which allows you to see something that you never knew before, okay? It's a whole new way of looking at it's a sword which represents intellect, the air element, okay? But you've not considered this before. This is very new. So good news is coming in to give you that aha moment, give you that clarity. Ooh, nice. Nice. Ace of Pentacles, please. Ooh. Eight of Wands. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles, this new beginning here relates to a new start with money or property or finance or anything in the physical world. It's going to come in very, very fast. This is a very fast action card, okay? Backwards, forwards. It might mean that you need to correspond backwards and forwards. You need to go somewhere, come back, go somewhere. It could also talk about flight, air travel, okay? But it's fast. That's very nice. Okay, let us clarify this Death card, this transformation. I see the whole thing being a transformation, the whole lifestyle here. But we'll see if they have anything more here for Death. Transformation. Cute. Ah! 10 of Cups, ultimate fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, and the Hermit. Ah, that's it. So it just clarifies, it confirms what I was saying before. You know, when you're in this Emperor phase of, okay, well, I want to create my world, and what does my world look like, okay? And you're softening to it rather than going through older ways of working with fear and battle, you're saying, well, how can I do it with love? How can I still get what I want, but then just change my approach for the bigger picture, okay? With that 3, 12 reducing down to 3, how can I do it in a loving way? That's how I feel it is, especially with that Empress card up here. And the transformation comes in where you are really doing a lot of internal work to discover introspection with the Hermit. Maybe you're cutting yourself off a little bit just to spend some time with yourself, to work out, what is my ultimate happiness? Where does it come from? Okay, that's a transformation that's happening for you. You're transforming this feeling of being also alone as a hermit. If we think about the word hermit, someone who shuts himself away, which reminds me of this card over here, being left out in the cold, being financially unable to move forward, being in a lack mentality. Okay, the thing that's transforming is this feeling of being alone into celebrating it with others, to being emotionally fulfilled, to having your ultimate emotional fulfillment there. This is the best card. I mean, it's 10 of Cups. It's like you don't get better than that in terms of emotional happiness. It's wonderful. It's usually family orientated as well. Okay, so the transformation is moving you from this hermit into that space, as well as moving you from being in a space of being alone and isolated into a space of connection and integration and community, and also going from looking within, deep within, into what is it that really makes me happy. Oh, nice. Group number 3. This is so nice. Okay, what are you working on? 8 of Pentacles. What are you working on? You've been there a while because we've got spider webs. He's been working so hard. Spider webs are formed in the corner there. So you're working late into the night, and it's taking your time, but that's fine because you believe in it. Thank you. Queen of Wands. Yes. Anything else, please? Oh, yes, thank you. Strength again. 4 of Wands. 4 of Swords. Okay, which is a healing card, and 3 of Swords. Ooh, I see what's happening here. So, as you know, at the moment you're going through a tough time, and it's been a battle. What's coming for you is some great news that you're going to see something from a whole new perspective. It's going to happen fast, and it's going to be a gift to you. As a result of that, the aftermath of that is being in that emperor phase of like, okay, well, now I'm going to create my future. Now I'm going to think ahead and see what it is that I want to play out in my world. Okay. But the Temperance, which is also divine timing, but also can be quite a healing card, where you're talking about balancing the spirit and balancing your emotions together. You're working on that. And what you're ultimately working on, and it's like you're doing physical, it's like you're doing the practical work in healing. I feel like it's practical healing you've done, because even though this stuff is happening, this sense of loss, betrayal, neglected, isolation, all that feeling has not been healed yet. You know, you've just gone from there to like, yay, good news, but you still need to go back and heal this feeling so that you can purge that from your system. 8 of Pentacles is where you do it, because not only do we have the Temperance card, which is a healing card, divine timing, it's giving you the space to now kind of go, now you're in a better platform to really cleanse that energy. Okay, Queen of Wands, you're taking the bull by the horns here. The Queen of Wands, it's actually turned up in every of these readings, which is amazing. But you are actually taking that drive and doing it. You're being infused by spirit to do that. And what you're working on is you're working on this area of strength that you're going through now. This area of strength at the moment that you're dealing with is kind of forced upon you. It's pushed you into the space. This area of strength is what you are working on yourself. So this came in without you wanting to come in, and you just had to grin and bear it and get on with it, right? Okay, and no choice, you got to get through it. This strength is saying, okay, I feel a bit stronger now. I'm going to deliberately deal with this. So this is not happening to you. You are bringing this on yourself. You are stretching yourself a bit further. You're working on it. You're doing practical things like journaling, affirmations, mantras, meditation, grounding yourself in nature. All the physical things you are doing, you are deliberately doing. Okay, well, it's going to put me outside my comfort zone. I'm not so sure because adjustments are required. Okay, I now have to create something new for myself. So what is it that I need to work on? And what you're working on is allows you a sense of healing, convalescence, allows you a sense of just bringing those thought patterns that were holding you back to rest just for a moment. Just give yourself a breather, as well as an element of heartbreak, okay, element of sadness. Now remember, with this healing, this is like a broken heart, and this is like someone who needs some healing, okay, someone who's unwell. All right, they're both swords, meaning that information comes in through, yes, it affects you in the physical body, because we've got a physical body, then we've got the heart there, right? But they come through air, through the sword, through intellect. So what it really is coming through as thoughts. So what you really are doing is you are working on taking physical action, bringing your sense of spirit with your little black cat there, okay? And being determined and courageous in taking those thoughts and healing them, okay? That's what you're working on. You're working on healing the heart. You're working on healing your body. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. And it makes sense. It makes sense. I'm very happy I see some healing with this, especially after this, because to go from this to, oh, happy days, to then, oh yes, everything's all good and well, I know that the trauma over here is still in your psyche, it's still in your body, it's still in your radar, in your vibration. So I'm very happy to see that there is a healing coming through there, and especially that you are actually taking the time to deliberately do it yourself, to kind of go, I am intending on this. So it is wonderful. And as you do so, when you come out that, then you're in the Empress phase, okay? Because then you're coming from a place of more. I have so much to give now because I have cleansed myself. I've been through the rough patch. I received the blessings from Spirit to bring about karmic balance. I was able to bring myself into a place of looking forward for the future, and now I can move forward. But while I did that, I know that by moving forward and creating the best lifestyle for myself and for my world, moving forward, I know that I need to cleanse some of this old energy. Okay, which is what you're doing, and then you come from this beautiful, beautiful space. Oh, group number 3. Okay, let's get a calling card, please. What is a calling card for group number 3? What do they need to know at this time that will help them over this period? What do they need to know, group number 3, that will help them? What do they need to know, please? For their highest good. What do they need to know? Thank you. Delight. Beautiful. Okay, so this is basically saying you need to know that many, many different forms of delight are coming your way. Good news is coming your way. You don't see it now. You don't see it now because of this, but it's coming. Many forms of delight, happiness, even if they're small little blossomings of roses or flowers. Nature is going to bring you some little kind of moments, some moments that are going to take your breath away or kind of stop you in your tracks and say, look at me, I'm beautiful nature. You know, there are many things that are going to bring delight back into your world. You're not feeling it now, but it's going to start coming in, and it's just full of blessings. Oh, group number 3. Okay, so can we get an oracle card, please, for group number 3 for their highest good? What do they need to know? take you. I'll take you because it jumped up there. Oh, yes. Ah, lovely. The initiation. Rite of passage, crossing the threshold. So, this area that you're in over here of the strength and this like courage and this loss and this feeling of betrayal, left alone. You're still in this dark place now, but you're at that final stage because the light in the paradise is there. That's the next step. That's your next cycle. Okay, that's your next, that's your gift, your payback. This is like a portal that you're crossing through now, this area. So know that you are coming there very soon. You're just working through a bit more of this, but you're very close to the end, very close to the end. And then we've also got warrior woman here, okay, which is, have you answered your deepest calling? So this would be, I would imagine, it's like this is a card for here where you're working through this darker energy now, okay, needing to have to paper chase, paperwork, all that sort of stuff, work with the systems and the elements that be, because you know you have no choice but to. And I feel like this warrior woman card is for this aftermath over here, when you move through all this and you find your sense of balance, equilibrium, work on the things that you need to heal and disintegrate, dissolve, so you can create a new sort of sense of balance for yourself, which is much higher than it was before, okay, because there's always growth and expansion, there's always more. Then you can start to ask these questions for yourself. Where am I being called to go? What am I being called to do? Why do I feel the way I do? This is where you do some internal spiritual work, okay? And the warrior woman is not so much, again, battling out in the 3D world out there. It's understanding your warrior within. How do I battle and be victorious over my internal wounds and internal blocks? Ah, beautiful. So that is all I have for you, group number 3. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please do like, subscribe and comment, and I will see you next time. Best of luck. Take care. Bye.